Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this. If you're in the United States of America and you're watching this the day it came out, happy 4th of July. Early morning here, and we keep you updated on all the Warriors news. Some new information came out about Lauri Markkanen and a new sleeper team coming in to trade him that made a substantial offer. It's impacting potentially the Warriors getting him. And the trade may be dead. So we're going to break that down for you. And ESPN just came out with an article, Inside Depth, look at Klay's final months with the Warriors, what Klay's team proposed as a final offer in free agency, and how it fell apart. So a lot to get over today. Let's get into it. Randy Silver here, Warriors Digest. If you're with us on all the episodes, thank you so much. If you're part of the 14% subscribe, it means the world to me. If you want someone who's going to grind for you day in, day out, bringing you the best Warriors content on YouTube, I am your guy. Subscribe. Let's get into it. The Kings, the neighbors up north. They call themselves the Bay. They ain't the Bay. We the Bay. And Mary, my girlfriend, if you're watching, she's from Sacramento. Just got to say, Warriors are better than the Kings. You won one game in a play-in, but we beat you in Game 7. Steph put up 50, and we got 4 rings this decade. You have none. The Kings were reportedly close to pulling off a trade for Utah Jazz Lauri Markkanen, according to Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports. The Kings, to my knowledge, earlier this week were close to a deal. I do think that based off of conversations I've had, I can't say more than that, but there were calls made to people around the NBA that would have indicated the talks have been legitimate there. Interesting. We talked about this last night in the video. Who would the Jazz want most likely? They're not. Kings aren't trading Fox, not trading Sabonis. It would be Keegan Murray. I love when the crowd says his name. As a Warriors fan, it's really cool to hear it inside Kings Arena. And when they light the beam, not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. Anyways, Murray, supposedly untouchable. Maybe it was part of that trade. I listened, no details were revealed. But Monty Poole, and I saw a lot of people said, you can't trust him. We're here at Warriors Digest to report what we see out in the news to make sure you're aware of all the sources coming out. Said Warriors are in the driver's seat, or we're in the driver's seat. We're not trading Kuminga. He's untouchable. Wiggins, not part of the trade. His contract's not a part of it. So then it has to be draft picks. Jazz have crazy amount of draft picks from the Mitchell trade, the Gobert trade. Spurs were part of it. They have about, what? I think I saw in the comments, you guys are right, like 12, 15 draft picks the next, I want to say 5-10 years. So they're set up as well. If the Jazz want more draft picks, Spurs are the team to go. I mentioned we have 4 first-round picks the rest of the 2020s. So maybe that's what you offload, but you're not offloading Kuminga. So interesting news right there. The Kings' offer per TJ was substantial. Warriors and the Spurs all have substantial offers on the table for Markkanen. Danny Ainge, Jazz. Who's he going to pick? Does he want to help out the Kings? Help out the Warriors? Help out the Spurs? A mystery team? Or, per the reports, Lauri wants to stay with Utah. Can they figure out how to extend his contract? He's got 1 year left, so it's the Klay thing. Is he going to walk away for free? Is he going to get traded now for assets? If it doesn't work out, trade him midseason, or do a sign and trade at the end of next year. So they're playing the cards right. This is becoming more prominent in the NBA. You see this in European football all the time. If players got 18 months on this contract left, so a year and a half, 24 months, 12 months, and they don't think the players get to stay with the team, they don't see that player in the future, they trade them hella early to get money or trade assets back. There's no draft picks in European football, so it's money back for you sell the player or you get players back. Kind of becoming more prominent in the NBA. You don't want to lose a player for nothing, like what happened with the Clippers and Paul George. So you try to sell the player early and see what you can get back if they're not in your plan for the future or they're not looking to stay. Both the Warriors and Kings also have been linked with Pelican star Brandon Ingram, as the team appears to be pursuing the forward market. Golden State, what have we done? Anthony Melton, Kyle Anderson. Sign and trade with Buddy Hield at the timing of this video recording has not been finalized yet. So if it's been finalized when this has come out, Do not sacrifice lamb meat, please. We are recording the video in the evening, so it comes out in the morning. And when I say evening, basically midnight where I'm at, so it comes out early morning for y'all. So that's what's been happening. Of course, Klay, $52 million, 3 years to the Mavericks. Sacramento GM Monte McNair has done a nice job so far. He acquired top flight talent Devin Carter, re-signed 6th man of the year. Excuse me, it was not 6th man of the year. He should have been, but he got hurt. Malik Monk. Traded away Davon Mitchell, crowd favorite, backup point guard. Sasha Veznikov in the Kings' second round pick to Toronto Raptors in exchange for Jalen McDaniels. So they made some moves as well. What happened to them? They lost in the play-in. They beat us in the first play-in, lost to the Pelicans in the second play-in. So they're at the same level. They made the playoffs the year before, did not make it 2 years before, did not make it. They got to improve the team. Mike Brown just signed a contract extension. He got paid. So they're building for the now and the future. Lauri for them would be a big get. Fox, Sabonis, Lauri is your big three. Massive. You probably think Kevin Huerter at that point is a part of that trade. And then obviously, again, you got Monk coming off the bench. Warriors, we want him. Kings are trying to beat us to it. I hope not. If anything, if we don't get it, go to the Spurs. Go to the Spurs. Don't go to the Kings. So that takes us to Klay Thompson. Again, no longer with us. I love Klay. A lot of the fickle fans, the newer fans are saying, stop talking about Klay. Stop talking about Klay. If you're a Warrior lifer, you've been around for a long time. You don't just forget about a player who is getting his jersey in the rafters, leaving on amicable terms. Yes, the last year we've been reporting it. He was disgruntled. He was frustrated. He was not happy. All that was going out. But it does not diminish what he's done for the Warriors. And it's important to share the information with you about the deals that have happened, what didn't happen, and what led to this point, because that could affect future trades, future situations with current players, free agents, and Warriors Digest. We're here to report on Warriors news, and we're giving you the news. So here's the Klay Thompson news. We're going to share the deal he tried to get, his camp gave to the Warriors, and what led up to that. 6 weeks before agreeing to the 3-year, $50 million contract with the Mavericks, Thompson took Warriors owner Joe Lacob up on his offer to play a round of golf at Riviera Country Club in LA, one of the nicest clubs in the world. They just had a major there last year. Per ESPN's Ramona Shelbourne and Kendra Andrews. According to the women, Thompson and Lacob did not discuss any contract details nor have any discussions about the team throughout their mid-May golf round. How as Thompson reportedly feeling disrespected by negotiations over the past year. In mid-year, that means we were out of the play-in at that point already. Off-season's begun. Over the next few weeks, Thompson's agent, Greg Lawrence of Wasserman Media Group, proposed multiple contract offers to the Warriors per Shelbourne and Andrews. By the time this offseason arrived, Thompson's representatives had proposed at least 4 contracts to the team. Each time throughout the season, the response from the Warriors was that Thompson and his camp needed to wait while the franchise tried to improve the team in other deals. Most notably, efforts to get LeBron James, Brooklyn guard Mikal Bridges, who's now with the Knicks, 5 first-round picks for that. Clippers star Paul George. What happened? He walked to free agency. Utah Jazz forward Lauri Markkanen, who we are still trying to get. So what does that mean to Klay's camp? Hey, we want to talk. And they said, Warriors brass said, no, you got to wait. We got to see what we can do with the roster. Basically saying Klay is not a priority. And that's where you heard frustrations. And then he's taken out of the starting lineup. He finds that disrespectful. So he doesn't feel like he's getting the same respect that potentially Dre got, Steph got. And maybe it's time for me to find pasture is green on the other side. Shelbourne and Anders reported that Thompson's camp made one final offer to the Warriors, a 2-year, $20 million per season deal. Golden State communicated its desire to use Thompson in a non-starting role, which according to ESPN, Thompson was not thrilled about, ultimately did not view the request as a deal breaker. So, key there. He was offered 2 years, $48 million in the 2023 start of the year. And he turned that down before the calendar year was over, and he played out the rest of his contract. He did not have a good season, did not go up. He bet on himself, failed. Aaron Judge played that last year of his contract, bet on himself, and he became the home run leader in the American League. And what happened? Got paid. Bet on yourself. It works. Sometimes it doesn't. Here it didn't work. He's like, you know what? I'll take a pay cut. 4 years from $4 million per year from what you told me, $8 million total. I'll come back. We reported earlier on the other episode, Brandon Pajumski is the guy the Warriors want to start at the 2 position. All NBA rookie team this year. They see a bright future for him. They want him to get reps. So Klay would be his backup. Not thrilled, but not a deal breaker. So as it says right there, breaking that down. And Golden State's response, we just can't do it yet. We just can't do it yet. One more time. Golden State said, we just can't do it yet. So Golden State was the one saying, you know what? We can't do this deal, per ESPN. That is them not putting Klay Thompson as a priority, them not wanting his salary on the books. They wanted to find other players because they felt like his production wasn't worth it, or they needed to find other stuff to make a more well-rounded team. Thompson, in the final week before free agency, began having serious, difficult conversations leading up to his departure. He met with Steve Kerr in LA, then he called Steph and Dre, and finally called Jacob and GM Mike Dinwiddie, who asked him to help get a destination of his choosing through a sign and trade. And we know that he spoke to the Lakers, spoke to Dallas. LeBron James spoke to Thompson multiple times. Kyrie spoke to Thompson, and he chose Dallas for these reasons. They were just in the finals, so give him a better chance to get back to the finals and win his 5th championship. He can become a key cog there. They need some more shooting there. And you play next to 2 isolation players, Kyrie and Luka. They get double teams all the time. You're going to be open, make your shots. He goes to LA. Yes, you play under Michael Thompson, his dad, the radio host, radio broadcaster. Still was a Laker legend. Legend might be a strong word. He played 5 seasons there. But he apparently did not want to go to a team similar to the Warriors, the same type of situation popping up. He wanted something as a fresh start. I saw some comments saying he's not ready for the bright lights. Not true. Game 6 Klay saved the Warriors in multiple playoffs, multiple times. He played in San Francisco. He played in the biggest stages in the world. Olympian, gold medalist. He loves the bright lights. Do not get it wrong. I can understand wanting to go somewhere different and getting just a different a change of scenery. Sometimes you need that. For Markkennen, again, where we going to leave off at, that's on the Klay. Poole said we're in the driver's seat. Kuminga's on the table. Wiggins' hefty contract, not part of the deal. Warriors hesitant to give up 4 first-round picks. And we need a 3rd team. I saw a lot of comments saying, this can't be right. You can't have all that. So we're going to stay up to date. If anything breaks, Warriors Digest here. We'll gather the information for you and give it to you. So you're going to want to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Let me know your thoughts on everything we talked about today. Anything else, I'm here for you. Let's debate in the comments. Let's chat in the comments. And let's stay together, Warriors fans, to see how this plays out. Deuces.